You have made a beautiful looking website. I'm sure you have, right? You know exactly what you want. You are an aggressive business builder. You want to succeed in the world of, man, you want to succeed everywhere, don't we all? All right. When a customer comes to us and they will ask us, how fast can we get results? Well, we work fast. We work really fast, but it also depends on you, right? If we are making tweaks on your website, if we are putting up new content, we need your approval, right? If a business owner takes 3 weeks to get back to us, well, we're delayed by 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Well, so when a business owner come and asks us the big question, hey, we want fast results, I'm gonna say yes, but you gotta work with me. You know what I mean? All right. So let's go ahead and audit a website and see what does Google see in your website. All right. So we're gonna use the store as an example, custom jewelry store. Okay, looks great, beautifully designed, great images. Okay, but what does Google see? First things first, we need to make sure that your brand name is ranking on page 1 or actually number 1, right? So minimalist designs, are you number 1 on Google? Yes, you are. That's a good sign. If you're not number 1 on Google for your brand name, we got to do that first. Okay, ranking on page 1 of Google is really about trust in Google's eyes. Google has to trust your website to put your website in front of its readers, because if Google puts up a bad website, a scammy website, okay, website with a lot of spam, people are going to leave Google, and Google does not make any more money. You know what I mean? Okay, so when we go into your website, Google actually does not read these images and go, wow, that's beautiful, he deserves to be on page 1. That's not really how Google works. This is how Google works. Okay, we'll go to right click, view page source. We're gonna look at your title. Is your title optimized? Let's just say, for example, this website, we want to be number 1 or page 1 for custom jewelry design, right? Control find, end, title script, right? Custom made jewelry collection. That's great. If you want to be number 1 for custom made jewelry, that's your title, right? But I would actually give it something a little bit more, such as custom made jewelry, personalized something collections. Okay, give it, because Google will index about 70 to 75 characters on a title, and you want to make sure that you optimize it, you take full advantage of it with your keywords in it. Right now, here's another thing that most business owners don't understand, but that's okay. It's okay that you don't understand, because it is our job to understand and implement for you, right? Header 1. When you look at a piece of newspaper, the title is on top, and then you have the next bold headline. That's your header 1, right? And then you have smaller bold letters. That's your header 2, and then bullet points, header 3, header 3, header 3, right? And here's the thing, Google only wants one header 1. We can't confuse Google. If we confuse Google, Google is not going to rank you. This website has 3 header 1s. As you can see, 1 out of 3 for end H1. What's the first one? First one is all this stuff that we don't know what it is. It just happens to be here. We need to go in and delete it from the back end. Your second header 1 is custom made jewelry collection. Very good. If you want to rank for a custom made jewelry collection, that's what you do. But here's another mistake. Your title and your header 1 should not be the same thing, right? From what I remembered, okay, title is custom made jewelry collection. Custom made jewelry collection, there it is. And header 1 should not be the same, right? It should be a variation of the keyword, right? And here's another mistake. Here's a third header 1, customize your ring. Now, Google's a little confused. Number 1, you don't want repeating phrases from your title and your header 1. And number 2, you don't want 3 header 1s. And number 3, you don't want to confuse Google. Whether is your website about jewelry collection, or is it about rings? You know what I mean? What I would do is I would put customize your ring as a header 2. Okay, but anyway, let's check what are the header 2s. So it is absolutely okay that a business owner does not understand this, right? It's taken great length to decipher the Google algorithm, right? And that is what we do, right? Header 2, one of the header 2 is latest blog. That means it is wasting real estate space on the back end of Google, right? Latest blog, I would make that a header 3, right? Let's see what's the next header 2. Personalized. I would change that into another variation keyword, right? Another header 3. Personalized jewelry. Better. Very good. Another one. Etsy seller. Are you trying to rank for the keyword Etsy seller? Probably not. Make that a header 3. All right. So, and of course, the average website that ranks on page 1 of Google has about 2,000 words. Let's see how many words does this website have. This website has an average of 237 words, or 200 words. Okay, we need major redo of content, right? And now, since most websites don't have that much content, that means we need to write the copywriting and then put it on your website. You know what that means? That means more work, more time, and we need your approval for your content because it is your website, unless you don't care. If you don't care, let us do whatever we need to do. But most business owners, they do care. And if they take 3 weeks to answer a message from us, they're delayed. I hate to delay your progress, but this is a two-way street here. You know what I mean? Right. Google algorithm really has 4 parts, right? We talked about the on page. Now we're going to go into structured data schema. And later on, we're going to talk about the links going to your website. And lastly, what is your current traffic? A good SEO specialist needs to be able to simulate healthy traffic, right? So let's talk about schema, right? We use Google tools, okay? Google structured data testing tool. Here we go. Schema markup testing. Schema markup validator. Now we put in your website. Let's see what it spits out. What is schema? What is structured data? Now, there's so many websites out there, and remember, Google needs to trust your website. So Google has written scripts and has published structured data scripts for us to follow and write. And what that means is, on the back end of your website, it helps Google to reach your website better and gives it more trustworthiness, right? Now that we got the result for this website, okay, let's check what these are. Organization, there is almost no structured data behind this, right? Product, these are spit out by Shopify store on its own. Store, okay? This is spit out by Shopify on its own, right? So currently this website has no schema, has no healthy structured data, right? And we will write that for you. Now lastly, or actually not lastly, third, let's check the backlinks of your website. Let me put it this way. Everybody says, hey, you need backlinks to your website, you're ranked number 1. True and not true. Let's just say you are the principal of your high school, which Google is the principal of google.com. And you are the new kid on the block. You want to be on page 1 of Google, meaning you want to be popular in favor of the principal's eyes. What do you need? You need other kids to say good things about you, okay? What that means is other websites need to be linking to you, saying good things about you, right? Now let's check what other websites are saying about this website. By the way, this tool I'm using, it's called Ahrefs. It's $5,000 a year. It's not cheap, right? But it crawls the fastest and the most frequent, and the data is most updated. Would you want an SEO agency to work on your website when the data they're collecting on your website is outdated by 2 weeks? Probably not. Because within 2 weeks' time, anything's done wrong by other SEO agencies, your website could be penalized, right? So let's check the backlinks. This website does have a lot of backlinks. Now, not all backlinks are equal. You need backlinks that's powerful. You need backlinks that has other links pointing to that backlink. Did you hear what I said? Here's your website. You need links pointing to you. But what really works is other websites pointing to this link that's pointing to you. We call this a referring domain. And we call this the referring domain of that link, right? So I will filter by referring domains to click what's most powerful. Here we go. We will look at this number right here, 15, 15, 4, 2, 2, 2. But look at this. This website, minimalist design website. These links are actually a 301 redirect from HTTP redirecting to HTTPS, right? That means they don't count. So we're gonna have to go all the way down, go past your 301 redirects. That means we're starting here. Look, referring domains 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, all 0. What this means is the links that's pointing to this website has 0 power. Okay? They're not worthless, but they're not pushing you. Now, in addition to websites, there's also other Google properties that we work on. We work on Google Maps, right? Let's do a quick analysis on Google Maps. Let me just do drug rehab Houston. And these are the maps right here. Okay, let's click on sober living Houston. We're going to look at the reviews. Okay, what matters is not other people reviewing you, right? Google My Business Maps. What ranks you on top of Google My Business Maps is the engagement signals. We call it signals. Signals meaning the interaction between the owner and the customer. That means if a customer gives you a review, you need to reply back. And you got to make sure it's keyword rich, right? There's also questions and answers, okay? Someone asks a question on your maps. You got to answer them and make sure it's keyword rich, right? You got to frequently update the pictures on your Google Maps. You got to frequently update post, product, services. All that stuff we do, right? Signals, going back and forth is what Google wants to see. Okay, have you seen the difference? Website needs all these things. Google Maps needs a completely different thing. What about YouTube? YouTube is another Google property that we work on, right? Let's go to YouTube. Let's see what we got. Okay. Here we go. I just typed in something. Sean Reyes, one of the influencers that I work with. Sean Reyes, how to build your social media brand, right? It's right here. Okay. Let's go look at the description. Description is good. Okay. One thing that I would do is I would make this lengthier, not by spam. I will make it keyword rich. Okay. I will put timestamps. Now, once we go inside the back end, hashtags are actually still working. But besides the on-page of YouTube algorithm really works by interaction, watch time, direction of flow, the links inside the description. So what that happens is a good SEO agency would simulate good watch time, simulate good traffic, simulate good interactions on your YouTube video, right? Remember what I said about Google. Google is the principal of a high school. If you want to look good, if you want to be the favorite of the principal, you got to have good things said about you. Google wants to see that you have good interactions with other kids. Google wants to see that the interaction is lengthy, good interactions, favorable interactions, okay? Not fighting, but working well together, building projects well together, right? I hope that I have showed you what different properties Google has placed different power on. On a website, there's all these things that you need. On the Google Maps, it's all about signals. On YouTube, it's all about interaction and watch time and other many things that we do. Okay? I hope this audit of many, many different Google properties has helped you get a better understanding that a good SEO specialist needs to be able to explain all these things to you in detail to help you really get a better understanding of how things work. Okay? Thank you so much.